Peace Collective, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader and psychic medium. If you guys are new here to this channel, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. Thank you guys times 1,000 for being here and for deciding to spend your time and your energy here with me in these readings. As you guys know, this is going to be another general collective reading. However, we're going to get into another deep dive today. If you guys are ever interested in readings that look more into the energy around celebrity culture, the entertainment industry, I've got an entire playlist already curated. It's called the Deep Dive series. That's where you guys can find more readings just like this one. As you can tell by the title, we're going to look into the energy around Sean Diddy Combs and Donald Trump. Just as a quick disclaimer, you guys, this is not a fan page. This is not a stan page or anything of the sort. Everything in this reading is alleged until proven otherwise and for entertainment purposes only, okay? You guys don't like what I'm saying. You don't like the subject matter of the video today. It's no big deal to just click off the reading, okay? All I ask is that you guys keep it cute and keep it respectful with me and with others. If you guys do decide to jump in the comments, okay, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. It's absolutely free. Share if you care. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have y'all here, part of the family. Okay, so as you guys know, Diddy is in a shitload of trouble, okay? He was found guilty on, I believe, 2 out of the 5 charges that he was on trial for, okay? If you guys, unless you're living under a rock, then I'm sure you guys have heard about the Diddy trial, right? Donald Trump, as you guys know, of course, is the current sitting president. There's been talks and rumors about Donald Trump possibly giving Diddy a pardon. I don't really want to speak too much on that. I'm sure it'll show up throughout the reading. I really don't think Donald Trump is going to give Diddy a pardon if it were to get that far. You know, who am I to say? But just from what it feels, I don't see that, okay? Especially considering what Diddy was accused of. And if you guys saw, I'm not sure if you did, but Trump actually did an interview, and he didn't necessarily denounce Diddy, but he did make it known that Diddy had some kind of harsh words about Trump. So he's not the biggest fan of Diddy right now, it feels like. But as far as I'm concerned, these two have known each other since like the 90s. So they are definitely not strangers or anything of the sort. So if you ever hear one or the other trying to distance themselves from one another, no, don't let them do that, okay? But I really don't really have much to say before getting into this, because I don't even really know what I'm looking for. I just want to see whatever comes out, whatever spirit has to say. So I have a King of Swords here to represent Donald, being that he's a Gemini, okay? And then I have a King of Cups here that's going to represent Diddy, being that he's a Scorpio. So if somebody wants to timestamp the reading, you're more than welcome to ahead of time. Thank you very much. But yeah, we're going to start with Donald Trump first, okay? We're going to get a couple oracle cards for him just to see how he may feel or what his opinion is, how he views Diddy, okay? What that relationship is like on his end. Then we'll switch to Diddy and we'll alternate vice versa, so on and so forth. And we'll get into the tarot a little bit later to clarify, okay? Again, everything in this reading is alleged for entertainment purposes only, okay? Please don't put all of your eggs in a basket. I'm only one person, okay? And I can't always be right. I'm still a human. So just take things with a grain of salt. If it resonates, cool. If not, then that's fine too, all right? But let's see. Let's get a couple oracle cards when it comes to Donald Trump, please. Or how does he feel when it comes to Sean Combs at this time, please and thank you. And it's interesting, I always mention this when I do my deep dives. As I have the cards laid out, I have this King of Swords, again, which is representing Donald. He's kind of looking completely in the opposite direction of the King of Cups. The King of Cups is doing the same, looking in the complete opposite direction of the King of Swords. So again, like I said before, these two may try to really distance themselves from one another, but don't allow them or the media to fool you like that, okay? Let's see, what is this King of Swords about? Let's see, how does Donald feel when it comes to Sean Combs at this time, please, and thank you. Let's see, what is this? Nurturing? Mentorship, wisdom, giving back. So immediately, immediately, if you guys have seen pictures from back in the day of Trump and Diddy together, this is back again in the 90s, like when Diddy looked like an exact replica of his son Christian, like when he was young back then. Immediately, I'm getting with this nurturing energy. As you guys know, Donald Trump was already extremely wealthy back in the 90s as well. So this is giving, he's given a lot of advice and a lot of pieces of, I'm hearing like gems, like pieces of gems and like little diamonds and tools to navigate maybe wealth or riches, or how to get more money, how to accumulate money or something like that. It's definitely giving like a mentorship type of energy. So which makes sense, you know, a young upcoming Diddy again back in the 90s, right? Someone like a Donald Trump was looked up to. And I don't know, that's another thing. I don't really know where like the flip switch happened, but in the 90s, a lot of, you know, black people were big about Trump. They weren't with this whole, oh, he's a racist, he's this, he's that back in the day. I mean, it was a completely different ball game when it came to the relationship between Donald Trump and I guess the black community. So he definitely wasn't looked at the same back then as he is now. Okay. But yeah, you have mentorship, wisdom, and giving back. So he could have given, again, pieces of gems or tidbits or mentorship to Diddy at the time back in the day. Oh, why is this here, please? Oh, I don't know if it's just really hot in here, like where I'm at, but like my body feels like it wants to start sweating. So I don't know if he could be getting like a little nervous or maybe anxiety or something, but I don't, that's the thing about Trump. He doesn't really mince his words. Like when he says something, does that mean he's always going to stick with it? No, but he's pretty straightforward when he does speak. Okay, blocked. Didn't I tell you they were going to try to create as much distance as they possibly could? Okay, moved on. Nothing to say and stop calling. Diddy's in jail, so how would he be blocked or calling Trump? So that goes to tell me maybe Diddy's team has tried to reach out to Trump's administration. You know, I'm hearing something about like phone tag. I don't know why it's coming through like that, but phone tag. You know how like when you can call somebody, they don't pick up, they call you back, then you still don't pick up. It's literally like a game of phone tag. Yes, I can definitely see like Trump, or maybe just again his team, his administration is trying to create the distance here. They don't want nothing to do with that. Or, you know, listen, we already gave you our answer. We're not going to do anything about it. Allegedly. Okay. Let's see. What is this? Feminine energy is showing up. Okay. Gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. It's weird too, because the last time I looked into Donald Trump's energy, it was a reading I did with him and Elon Musk. And he came out in that reading as someone who is like very family oriented, or he just takes that stuff very seriously. Okay, and I'm not here to talk about politics or nothing like that, you guys. It's not about that, but he takes that stuff very seriously, like the general archetype or the nuclear family type of energy. Okay, I get Cancerian energy with this, but I get another energy of nurturing. Okay, so I get a part of him kind of like feels a little bad, feels a little guilty. I don't know if Trump has like Cancer in his birth chart somewhere. I feel like he does. I'm not sure, but you know, it's like, listen, man, I feel bad for you. I get it. Yeah, that was a buddy of mine, but not really, not much I can really do. There's a lot he can do, yes, but again, the energy of trying to distance himself is kind of what it feels like. I'm gonna get one more of these, please. Yeah, I just saw antisocial at the bottom. Okay, let's see. Get one more of these, please. Or how does he feel when it comes to Sean Combs at this time? Please and thank you. Longing. See, look, there goes the meetings, the conversations. You notice how there's two sets of people. One group of people is two people on this side, two people on that side. Looks like some type of Christmas meeting. It says longing, missing you, reunion, and let's talk. Wow, okay. So I think I already mentioned that, how Diddy's team could be reaching out or was already reaching out to Trump's team for some type of help. And I do see that there definitely was, like, it was in talks, or maybe not so much like literally over wine and dinner and drinks and Christmas lights, literally, right? But there was definitely some type of meeting here. Okay. I just don't think it's kind of giving, I kind of have too many other fish to fry. I've got much bigger fish to fry. Um, Again, but I did feel a very slight energy of like almost nervousness for some reason, or like a little bit of anxiety for some reason. We can look into that a little bit further a little bit later, but we're gonna move on and use the same deck, okay, when it comes to Diddy. And we're gonna get a couple of these for him and see what his thoughts and opinions are. But let's see. And if you guys checked out the last time I tapped in with Diddy, it was pretty much just an update about after the trial. Okay, he's not necessarily out of the hot water just yet. I'll definitely say that. But let's see, how does he feel, please, when it comes to Donald at this time? Oh, look at this psychopath showing up. Abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. Yeah, and I said that already. Like with Trump, he doesn't really mince his words, okay? But he may say something and then just like very Gemini-like energy, maybe just switch it up very last minute, okay? Or you say one thing they don't like, just kidding, I actually didn't mean that, So again, Trump is very fully aware that Diddy has said some kind of, not so nice things about him. So it's like with Trump, it's like you can't do that and then try to ask me for a favor. He doesn't like that. It sounds very petty, I know, but that's kind of what it's giving. And you guys remember when Diddy dressed up for Halloween as the Joker? Like he wore that costume to a T, okay? Like when I say he portrayed the Joker very well, I mean, they might as well have given him a damn contract for the next movie. But psychopath showing up here, okay? So he is not happy with however, I guess, this talk. I just saw 12-12. With however this meeting went, the conversations, because it's definitely giving me more than one. Okay. He could feel that Trump was a little unpredictable. Okay. Why is this here, please? Or how does he feel when it comes to Trump? And it looks like the guy's makeup looks like he's been crying or something. But I do feel like with Diddy's energy, like, yes, this is low-key kind of him too. Like, this is not somebody that you just let walk away scot-free. Like, absolutely not. And I said that in my last reading I did about Diddy. Okay? I'm not saying he's like the worst person on the planet, but this is just not somebody you just let walk away scot-free with a slap on the wrist. That's not good, okay? I have tension showing up here. I already mentioned that, something about anxiety or like nervousness, paranoia. Okay, it says stressed out, migraines, and worry. So, damn, okay. I don't want to say he was banking on Trump to help him. But, this does worry him that he's not getting the answer he wants, or it's not happening the way that he thought it would, Oh, damn. Okay, why is this here, please? Tension. There's definitely some tension here between both camps. Why is this here, please, for Diddy? I can imagine you're stressed out, Diddy, because you keep trying to get bail, and the judge denied his bail again. That's probably like the 4th time his bail has been denied. Okay, antisocial showing up here. In your feelings, silent treatment, and left out. Yeah, and look at this. You have consequences, bad choices, games, and mixed signals. So with that mixed signals energy, I already mentioned that. You remember, back in the day, the Black community, not just Diddy, but since we're talking about Diddy specifically, he was never really a stranger to Trump, okay? So it's like, fast forward, I get it, it's been years, but fast forward all this time later, now you need a favor from him. Now you feel bad or you feel dumb for like saying what you said about Trump or moving how you moved about him, whatever it was, okay? It's giving like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, look, because legal. Now I need your help legally. So now Diddy could feel like, I fucked this up, Okay, and again, mixed signals. It's like maybe he was, I don't want to say banking on Trump to pardon him, but he could have had more hope or more faith at one point than he does at this time. Okay, so he's definitely in his feelings, a little stressed out here. Whew. Okay, let me get one more of these, please. I'm hearing something about asthma. Like, I feel like I'm short of breath or something. It could just be stress, anxiety, or something. What is this? Yeah, he feels, I told you, see, look, he feels like Trump is like, will say one thing and then do another, which I'm sure a lot of people in the general population feel like that about Trump. I mean, you can feel like that about any fucking president. They say a lot, but do they really do what they be saying? You know, but this says double life, cheater, and backstabber. So he is not happy with Trump right now at all. But for him to feel this way, Diddy must have really gotten a yes at one point, or was led to believe that things would work out that way, you know, for him to get a pardon. And then it was like, psych, it's like kind of the rug being pulled from under your feet. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, look, and hopeful, optimistic. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys though, the way that it's coming through intuitively, and if you guys are familiar with my channel, like, I'm a medium first. I really just use the cards to help me decipher what it is I'm already receiving. But for some reason, I feel like, again, with this longing energy, with the teams, the meeting, it's giving somebody in Diddy's camp could be or was very close to somebody in Trump's camp. So whoever this person is in Diddy's camp, the way that it's coming through is like, listen, man, don't worry. I know so-and-so. I just got to make 1 or 2 phone calls. Don't worry. We're in touch with the president. We'll help you out, blah, 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 blah. And Diddy was probably like, oh, word, you can do that, whatever. Just to find out, you make those 2 or 3 phone calls, it didn't work out the way that this person in Diddy's camp hyped it up, the way that they thought it was going to work out. I really, really hope that makes sense, you guys, okay? Say, for example, like, I guess for better layman's terms, say, for example, you are trying to help a friend get a job because you're close with the boss. Oh, don't worry, bro. Like, I know you're gonna get this job. We need a position any field anyway, blah, 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 blah. They love me, so they're gonna love you. Just to find out, actually, we don't want to give this person the job. We don't know. And that sucks. So you have to go back to your friend and be like, sorry, I hyped it up, but actually they don't, you know. So just think of it like that. That's kind of what it feels like. Sorry to be so long-winded, but that's how it came through. But anyway, we're going to go back to Trump, okay? We're going to get a couple of these newer cards. It's called What's the Gossip. We'll get a few of these for him, again, just to see how he feels or how he's viewing Diddy at this point. And then we'll use the same deck for Diddy in a moment. But then again, with Trump, I have here feminine energy. I could be wrong. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he has some type of Cancerian energy in his chart. That's what it feels like. And he's definitely given some type of wisdom or gems or tidbits to Diddy. Maybe not like as of 2025, but back in the day, yes, it's giving. He doesn't really want anything to do with this though. He feels kind of bad about what's going on, but it's like, I'm hearing it won't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Maybe in Trump's mind, it doesn't make sense to let Diddy out or to let him go or pardon him, I should say, okay? Makes sense for who, though? Who doesn't it make sense for? But we'll see. Okay, how does he feel, please, at this time? What's his current energy when it comes to Sean Combs, please? Self-made is showing up. Okay, now Trump is not necessarily self-made. If you get a large lump sum of a loan from your dad, I mean, is that really self-made? Okay, but when it comes to comparison to Diddy, maybe so, right? He wasn't necessarily put in a particular position, or like with Clive Davis and stuff like that. Okay, but maybe that's how he feels. Okay, like we're in 2 different ball games, 2 different parks, you know. We're both rich, but we're in 2 completely different ballparks, essentially. But it says independent success, overcoming odds, creating your own path, built from nothing. Again, Donald Trump was not necessarily built from nothing, okay? So that wouldn't necessarily apply to him. But in this case, you know, with Diddy, the pardon, all this stuff going on, it's like, listen, man, like, you're going to have to figure that out, okay? You're going to have to figure that out. Like, there's really nothing here that I can do for you, for real. Yes, there is something he can do, but again, it came through as it doesn't really make sense to do that, okay? So if he's viewing Diddy as somebody, quote unquote, self-made, independent success, yeah, you're going to have to figure this out on your own. Okay, why is this here, please? Love bombed. Intense affection too quickly. Excessive attention. Overwhelming charm. And hitting control. That's funny because that energy has come out before about Diddy. Like, those girls, I get it how some people will view them as victims, others would not. But it's come through with him that he is very fucking charming. Like, there was something, I don't know, personally that wouldn't work for me, but those girls, like, they genuinely really like Diddy, for real. Like, just the love bombing stuff, the charm factor, he uses it on men and women alike. So Trump is looking at him like, you used to love me, you used to adore me, like you used to look up to me. Like, what happened? It's you know what it just came through as? I just heard like, was it Kamala? Was it Kamala? Like in his voice. Not that it literally was that, but you know, Trump and his like smart ass remarks, like, was it Kamala? You know, that's why you don't love me anymore. That's why you don't fuck with me anymore. Is it because of the Democrats? Shit like that, you know. And it's like, you know, you're not gonna try to kiss my ass now or kiss, you know, my administration's ass because you need a damn favor. You're not gonna do that. That's funny. I can like hear it in his voice, like he's a trip. Okay, why is this here, please? Yeah, unbreakable is showing up. Okay, it says inner toughness, enduring hardship, strength through adversity. Nothing can break me. So with that, I feel like, you know, you can say how much you care, how much you adore me, this, that, and the third. Try to, butter me up with your charm. Okay, I'm not your little sex workers. That charm shit is not gonna work for me. Okay, it's like I'm hearing like an immovable force. So it's like I said something and that's it, and it stands. You're gonna have to figure this out on your own, Diddy, is what it's giving. Okay, nothing can break me. I mean, one more on that, please. Gaslighted. Okay, interesting. Why is here, please, for Trump? He could have, you know what it's giving? I'm not saying he gave, you know, Diddy some type of money or a loan or whatever, but I feel like, again, Trump really helped him, and that could make him feel some type of way. Again, it's coming through as Cancer energy. He could feel some type of way. It's like, I really fucked with you. I helped you, la, 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 la. It's like, you do this to me for the Democrats? That's kind of allegedly, that's how it feels. And that can make him feel a way. It's like, I don't appreciate this man that I've known for 30 fucking years talking bad about me this way. So it's giving like, no, I'm not gonna help you. Oh geez. Okay, why is this here, please? Deep fake, yeah. Convincing lies, altered truths, virtual deception. Seeing is no longer believing. So just the way that Diddy feels like Trump can be a little two-faced or say one thing and then do another, Trump kind of feels the same way here, okay? Deep fake. Again, it went from love bomb to adoring me, this, that, and the third, to talking shit about me. Now you want to come back and love bomb my administration or me, okay, being Trump I'm talking about. But it's not fucking true. Like, it's giving like I see right through that, or you already said what you said, so you can't take that back, okay? Altered truths. You can feel like Diddy's a liar too. Okay, it seems like Trump is taking this a little, but very personally, like a little in the petty way. Now, I'm not saying that I personally, because it's not about my personal opinion. Do I think he should give Diddy a pardon? Hell no, but it's giving very personal, okay? Not only does it not make sense logically for Trump, but it's like personally, it doesn't make sense for him either. Okay, but let's see. Let's get a couple of these same cards. We're gonna go back to Diddy in a second. Let's see. So again, I had Two-Face show up, psychopath. There's a lot of tension here between these camps, both of these people's teams. Okay, I have silent treatment, and then you have blocked for Trump. So yeah, they're both kind of feel some type of way. Diddy feels away because he may obviously not get his pardon. He's going to have to sit for a little while, possibly. And then Trump feels away because he doesn't like how Diddy switched up on him like that. Okay, why is this here, please? Gaslighted. Who feels played with? It says reality distortion, emotional manipulation, questioning your sanity. You're imagining things. That's like the worst. It's like, oh God. And I'm sure you guys, you know, in your own personal lives, maybe you have been gaslit before. You know, you could be telling somebody that you know something, or telling somebody exactly what a situation is, and they're telling you something that it's not. The whole time it's that. Imagine somebody is in front of you wearing a green shirt, right? And you're like, yeah, your shirt is green. And they're telling you the shirt is fucking purple. That's gaslighting, because it's like, you know the shirt is blue. They know the shirt is blue. Whatever color I just said, right? But they're telling you it's not that color. That's fucking gaslighting, okay? So again, what Trump is giving, like, you told me you were going to do this. You made it seem like you were going to do this. Just for like, again, if you guys caught that interview he did, Donald Trump did. I don't know who the journalist was he did the interview with. But he was like, you know, he said some things that he was like, he wasn't too sure about that part, and he kind of shut him down on national TV. So Diddy is feeling like, what? He's probably thinking back, confused as hell, like, damn, what did I even say? What did I say? What did I do? You know? He probably don't even remember what the hell he said about Trump. Okay, what is this? This woman looks confused. Okay, you have status upgrade. It says new achievements, improved social standing. Oh, okay. Lifestyle elevation, next level. So you thought you were going to get like presidential treatment or something. Okay. So it's like he's confused. He thought he was going to get presidential treatment, or like, look at this, a status upgrade. Oh, now I'm cool with the president of the United States. You know, no. I get to stand next to him. This will make me look good in front of MAGA, all that. No, that's not gonna, no. Just like the MAGA people don't fuck with Ghislaine Maxwell getting a pardon, they don't fuck with you getting a pardon either, Diddy. So, yeah, it's like you thought. Okay, why is this here, please? And glow up? Yeah, look at this. Glow up next to status upgrade. Self-improvement. Finding your confidence. Better than ever. Okay, side piece, bag secured. What is this? Boundaries. Oh, okay, I get it. Thank you. I just got to download. Okay, so not only did Diddy, you know, again, have a lot of high hopes, and he was very optimistic, again, maybe like being in front of the MAGA people, getting support from that side, standing next to the president of the United States. Granted, he's been around president-elects and stuff like that before, so this is not the first time, but that would have been a good look for him. But I also feel like, because again, Trump feels like Diddy's like a manipulator and a charmer, he could have tried to present it to Trump's administration like, that'll be a good look for you, for Trump, you know, oh, the black community this, the black community that, they would love you if you were to pardon Diddy, this will be great for you, this would be, you know, good publicity, black people will want to vote for you again, you know, gaslighting, shit like that. You know, this is a good look for Trump, for you to pardon Diddy. He was found not guilty on the biggest charges. This would be great for you, Trump. No, he doesn't know. Again, it just doesn't make sense for Trump. It's just how it keeps coming through. But that makes sense with the deep fake, convincing lies, again, love bombing, hidden control. Like, giving you a pardon, Diddy, is not, no, that's not going to work. The MAGA people, or the Democrats, whatever the fuck you want to call them, independents, green, yellow, orange, a lot of people don't want to see you pardoned. So it really wouldn't matter what side of the fence you leaned on, because nobody really, I don't want to say nobody, but a lot of people don't really want to see you pardoned, okay? It sounds a lot better than it looks, and Trump like knows that, okay? Let's see, why is it giving me more, please? Okay, I'm just gonna take one. Influencer status. Yeah, like, oh, this is gonna boost your rating. This is gonna boost your what's it called? Your approval rating, whatever. Okay, social recognition, online fame, power to influence. We know that Diddy has the power to influence, but I mean, after all this, I don't know about that. And look at this shocking news, clickbait. That would be awesome. People would love to see that, but no, they wouldn't actually. I don't think they would. Again, just as much as people don't want to see fucking Ghislaine Maxwell pardoned, a lot of them kind of sort of feel the same way. Okay? Allegedly. But let's get into the tarot. I had a couple decks that I wanted to use, but I really don't want to keep you guys here too long with this. So we're gonna use one tarot deck when it comes to Trump, okay? And then we'll switch decks when we go back to Diddy, just in case some of the same energy needs to show up. If you guys are enjoying this is making any sense to you, please leave a like on the video. It's absolutely free. Leave a comment. Let me know what you know, okay? I love when you guys get in the comments and interact and like kind of tie the loose ends that I may be missing together for me. It really, really helps a lot more than you guys know. So thank you ahead of time. But let's see with Trump, okay? Again, it's kind of giving this independent success. Like, you're going to have to figure that on your own, Diddy, okay? And it's giving, like, with this unbreakable, like, he made a decision and he's kind of standing on it this time. And I'll probably just ask and use a whole different deck later and just say, are you gonna give him a pardon, yes or no, Trump? It's kind of feeling more like a no, but I could be wrong. That just could be the energy as of right now at the time of this recording. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe Diddy's sentencing is until like October. So we can always, circle back and check on the energy again later in time. But as of right now, like August 2025, at the time of this recording, it's not giving he wants to pardon Diddy like at all. Okay. So let's see. How does he feel when it comes to Sean Combs at this time, please? Yeah, look, and he's showing up as himself, King of Swords. It's giving, like I said, what I said. I'm standing on it. The King of Swords, whether you're Donald Trump or fucking SpongeBob SquarePants, King of Swords does not beat around the bush. Like I said way earlier, they don't mince their words. Okay, very authoritative energy. Usually a truth teller. Again, I'm not here to talk about his policies or what he said he was gonna do, running for election and all that. We're talking about Trump and Diddy, okay? I'm not talking about Trump in the United States. So please, if you guys are going to be here, just remove all of that stuff from this reading because that's not what this is about, okay? But King of Swords, yeah, again, it's giving, like I said, what I said. I'm standing on it. Okay. Why is this here? The King of Swords can talk about the law, a judge, a lawyer, the court system, the government, okay? Or a high figure in the government. Let's see, why is this here? Obviously he is because he's the president, right? What is here? Ace of Wands. It keeps coming through. Yeah, Eight of Wands. It keeps coming through like he gave Diddy some very like solid advice, or Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands is like, yeah, you can go ahead, do this. I'm going to help you do this. I'll help you do that. You're a very successful, magnetic entrepreneur. You've got drive, you've got ambition, you've got passion. That's how he feels about Diddy. It's like, he feels like the same way the women feel about Diddy, maybe not in a romantical sense, but yeah, like you're very charming. You've got drive. You can literally like sell fucking ice to a polar bear is what it's giving. But I feel like with Trump, it's like he likes that a lot about Diddy. I watched a piece of an interview once about Diddy, and he said that you have to almost kind of be delusional to get to the level of success that he wanted to be at. And again, that was an interview from like in the 90s. So I think like Diddy's passion, his drive, how courageous he was, or just again even the talent with this Queen of Wands, the type of music he made and putting people together to make magic in the studio. It's like all of that Trump just admires, and I feel like Trump gave him a lot of like, again, gems or pieces of advice to help Diddy branch off or do other things. in ways that maybe we as the public never really saw or paid attention to. Does that make sense? It's almost kind of like having a silent investor or like a silent mentor to push you in the right direction, you know? Of course, Trump had nothing to do with the music industry, but just altogether as a businessman, as a wealthy person in New York, you know what I'm saying? Um, that's kind of how it comes through, and that's why I think Trump is taking it so personally, because it's like, I helped you start this, I helped you get a leg up with that or something. Okay, I don't know exactly what it is, but it feels like Trump feels like he played a big part with something with Diddy. Doesn't make it fucking true, okay? I'm not saying he gave Diddy the startup money for Bad Boy Records or anything crazy like that, but it's like Trump takes that shit very seriously. It's like, I helped you, I gave you this, I gave you that, and then you betrayed me for the Democrats? That's just how it keeps coming through. Okay, what is this? Ace of Wands is a new beginning. Passionate new beginnings, getting like the spark back in your life. Ten of Cups. Again, he always comes, the last reading I did with Trump, he comes to as a very serious family man. He takes the nuclear family very seriously. Ooh, geez. And then the Devil, followed by the King of Cups. Wow, that's interesting. And then the Ten of Cups I just saw. So this would technically be Diddy, the Scorpio involved in this reading with the Devil here. Yeah, it's giving like... Damn, I don't want to say what I just heard, but it's like, I mean, that's why it doesn't make sense for Trump, because it's like, you are a toxicity to what I consider to be like the nuclear family, or even just the image that Trump is trying to keep up. Okay, it's like pardoning you, Diddy, would be detrimental to this image. Okay, and look at this: the government, the Hierophant, the federal government, the prosecutors, the law. Okay, with the Devil card, this is definitely giving like, listen, man, I'm not, no, you're gonna have to deal with that on your own. Okay, and these cards didn't fall out, but I'm gonna keep moving. But yeah, Ten of Cups, that can talk about real estate, property, emotional fulfillment. Again, the family life, marriages. Why is this here, please? Ace of Cups. I can't help but feel like he really, you know, again, it's like he's got a very strong affinity for Diddy, but again, it just doesn't make sense. And he does not appreciate, or he doesn't like that. Again, Diddy was very like, you know, oh, I admire you, I love you, you inspire me, all this, that, and the third, just for it to be, what, a pump fake, you know? That's the thing though about Diddy. He's an energy vampire. Like, he will suck the life out of you, whether you're a man or woman or in between, as long as it's feeding him, you know? Why is this here, please? Not to say that Trump wouldn't do the same, but again, as I'm in Trump's energy, that's just how he's feeling about Diddy, okay? This is not about how I feel personally. Why is this here, please? Ooh, the Sun? The Sun, that can be truth, exposure, abundance, prosperity, a lot of energy, a lot of life. That's Leo. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Trump has Leo somewhere in his chart as well. The Hierophant tried to show up again. Wow. Again, it's like, you know, I'm not trying to be emotional with my decision making here, with the King of Swords being the first card out. Yes, that just represents Trump, but again, this is just somebody who's very logical. They don't use their emotions to make decisions. It's very head over heart. They do what makes sense. You know, it's giving like, you know, you can love your kids all fucking day, but does it make sense for them, you know, to drive a car if they can't drive? Does it make sense for them to do that? No. Does it make sense to drink soda every day when you're trying to lose a couple of pounds? No. So that's, again, love this man, have affinity for him all day, but what makes sense? I'm the fucking president. Like, this has got to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. And look, Four of Wands in the reverse. I'm going to flip it up right. I don't really read reversals, but the Four of Wands in the reverse is like lack of celebrations, no reunion. Okay. A lack of a foundation, or a lack of stability, or lack of a home environment. Okay. Empress. Yeah, he knows he's got a lot of control and a lot of say-so over this with the Judgment card and the Empress. Even with the judge says Trump does have the final say if he were to give this man a pardon, no matter what the judge sentences him to. But all of this very positive energy here, the Four of Wands, the Sun, it makes you feel like he's gonna let him come home. But let's see, why is it here, please? Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands, that's 5. So the Five of Wands is Leo energy again, and conflict, disagreements, bickering, not getting along, chaos. Why is this here, please? Judgment. Shut the front door. Didn't I just say that? The Five of Wands. Look at it here at the bottom. Chaos, drama, arguments, incompatibility. Yeah, look, the Ten of Wands. Like, it's a burden. And it's not to say that he didn't think about it. I feel like he definitely gave it some thought. With the Judgment card showing up here, he's like, he had to make an executive decision. And he made the decision that made the most sense, I feel like. And I don't think bringing Diddy home right now makes the most sense. He knows that it'll create strife. He knows that it'll create conflict. More so with the general public, you know? Ten of Wands is a burden. The Judgment card, again, is a decision to be made. If not reconciliation, forgiveness, you know? But it's giving... Damn, and I hate to even put it that way or even say it like that, but how it's coming through is like, listen, like, if you want to reconcile with me or you want us to get on the same page, like, you need to fix what you did wrong. Like, you need to fix, I thought you didn't like me, is what it's giving. You know, one minute you love me, the next minute you don't. And Trump doesn't like that. Yeah, so it's like he's willing to let, you know, Diddy feel this burden here, essentially, and let judgment be cast upon him through the judge, through the courts, and let that burden fall on his shoulders. Because again, it's like you've created conflict, you've created strife, you know, you gaslit me, you love bombed me, whatever. I'm not saying like, oh, he wants an apology from Diddy and that's just gonna put a band-aid on it and make it all better. But the flip-floppy stuff, Trump doesn't like. He doesn't like that. And again, it's like, make a choice, make a decision. It's either you fuck with me or you don't. And how you're making it sound like you don't fuck with me, so why would I pardon you? Again, I don't think it should be based on personal feelings at all. It really shouldn't be based on that, giving people pardons and whatnot, but that's kind of how it feels. I'm not gonna lie. And again, too, on top of it, just doesn't make logical sense for Trump's public image. You know, again, the MAGA people, they don't want Ghislaine out. They don't want Diddy out either. So again, for his image, for his sake, what's best for him publicly, for his approval rating, does it make sense to pardon you, Diddy? Not really. Okay? But like I said, yeah, he thought about it. He definitely thought about it. With the Seven of Cups, he pondered. The World card, this is like the decision is made. It's final. And it was a logical, analytical decision that made the most sense with the King of Pentacles here. Okay? Yeah, and it's like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, see you when you get out, though. I'm sorry, but... I hate to say it like that, okay? King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, both they can be very fucking stubborn for one, but two, very mind over matter. They're not making emotional decisions, okay? Again, it has to make sense. Financially, especially for Trump, and logically, especially for Trump, and public image-wise with the world here, okay? So that's pretty straightforward. Okay? But let's see, I want to use a totally different deck. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to use just a regular one because I was going to use my deck that goes into reversals, but I'm not reading reversals tonight. So we're going to use a totally different deck, you guys. All right? Just in case some of the same energy needs to show up for Diddy as well. And look at the bottom already, the Magician. Already, yeah. Manipulation. Trying to manifest your way out of here. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to Diddy. Again, there's a lot of tension here. He thought that he could, you know, get next to Trump and have a glow up. Oh, the black community is gonna love you for this. They're gonna love you forever. You're gonna see a glow up if you were to pardon me, this, that, and the third. And the fact that you even have to reach out to Trump's administration for a pardon, doesn't that go to tell you that you didn't think you were gonna get out? Just think about it, right? It's like, if you thought you were going to get off or get out, what would you need your team to reach out to Trump for a pardon for? You wouldn't need a pardon if you were innocent or if you were, you know, going to get off. So it's like Diddy knew that he wouldn't be acquitted of everything. He kind of knew that, or he felt that. But it's like trying to get back in Trump's good graces after you said whatever you said. Again, I personally don't know word for word verbatim what he said about Trump, but I know it wasn't anything that pleasant. It wasn't that good. Okay, let's see. He feels a little gaslit by Trump, okay, again, because it was giving, yeah, you know, we will help you, we'll do this, we'll do that. Let's just see how things go. And it just didn't work out like that, okay? So, of course, he feels at this time that Trump is a liar or, you know, a backstabber. Okay, of course. But let's see. How does Sean Combs feel at this time? What is his energy like when it comes to Trump, please? And thank you. Oh, okay. Too many cards. I'm just going to take one. Oh, Death card. That's his energy. Scorpio. Oof. Endings, complete endings, not transitioning, transformations, okay, making a major change. They're usually just like an ending to something. Why is it here, please? I'm hearing something about like the Rosicrucians. I don't even know what that has to do with anything. The Rosicrucians? Isn't that like any like history buffs, world history buffs in here? Please put that in the comments because I can't look it up right this second. But the Rosicrucians, I don't even think that's the right symbol for what I'm talking about, but that it just came through like that. I think that's some type of like religious group from back in the day, the Rosicrucians. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Maybe some type of familial bloodline is coming through. Yeah, it's giving with that like a bloodline. Again, somebody that Diddy knows or in Diddy's camp tried to use their connection to Trump and his administration to help this situation, and it didn't necessarily work out like that. Okay, yeah, look, Queen of Pentacles showing up. Queen of Pentacles is usually someone who's very generous. Again, somebody who's making more logical, head over heart decisions that make sense material-wise and logically, not emotionally, okay? Queen of Pentacles, though, is very nurturing, very generous. Someone who's very stable, very wealthy. Obviously, we know both of these men are very wealthy, okay? We already saw the King of Pentacles come out when we were reading for Trump, okay? But this is also someone who's very reserved. The Queen of Pentacles, like a very domesticated type of individual. I keep getting this vibe here with Diddy, like he may, if he does get out, or he may try to, I'm hearing the word campaign, or he could be doing this behind the scenes, like with the judge or with the people in the jail that he's in, trying to kind of like clean up his image a little bit. Or maybe that's something he is putting out there to Trump's administration, like, you're not going to regret this. Don't worry. We'll make money together. I'll clean up my image. I'll be more domesticated. You don't have to worry about anything ever happening with me again if you just pardon me, you know? Okay, let's see. Some money could have been involved, allegedly with this Queen of Pentacles as well, or some type of attempt to offer money, allegedly, okay? But again, like Trump, they don't need your money, Diddy. That's not the point. Okay. Ooh, the devil just tried to pop out as well. 5 of Cups. Yeah, he's a little upset. He's disappointed. I'm not seeing that anybody actually took money, though, because I didn't see any money come out for Trump's portion at all. But I feel like there was an offer made. And Trump could have done, again, very logical. Like, what? Are you crazy? Like, I can't fucking do that. Granted, he's probably done a lot of other things that are not necessarily legal, okay, allegedly. But he wasn't trying to do that. Like, no, are you crazy? Oh, the Tower is showing up. Too many cards fell out, but I'm seeing the Tower here. Yeah, so this was a disappointment for him. It's giving he was very hopeful, very optimistic about it, or he was told yes at one point and then it turned into a no, is what it's giving, okay? Jeez. Or it's almost kind of like anticipating a yes before you actually are told yes. That could have been the situation too. Okay, it's like you were anticipating a yes so bad, but then it's like you didn't get it. Now it's like, oh, fuck you. You're two-faced. You're a backstabber. Oh, wow. It's like, I didn't tell you yes in the first place. That could be a possibility as well, okay? But it definitely feels intuitively more like it was geared toward a yes. Something could have happened. Something went left. Or, again, maybe Trump found out or heard something and then it was a no. Okay? 5 of Cups, disappointment, regret, sadness. Okay? Why is this here, please? 5 of Swords. I can go right hand in hand with the gaslighting. Okay? 5 of Swords can be winning at all costs by any means necessary. It's not the energy of feeling like defeat or, you know, being very condescending or having to manipulate somebody's mind. There's another energy here about the 5s, you guys, okay? The last reading I did about Diddy, you guys can go on my channel and check it out. It may have been from like a month ago at this point, but the 555 was very important. So something about 5 months, 5 years could be significant for Diddy. Okay, I don't think he wants to do another 5 minutes where he's at, let alone 5 months or 5 years. But yeah, 5 of Swords, he was willing to do whatever, say whatever, give whatever to get this pardon from Trump is what it's giving, okay? Why is this here? Because remember, you guys, he didn't get caught for the RICO, so technically the government can't seize his money because he was never found guilty of any type of RICO. So he can keep all that money and do whatever the fuck he pleases with it, give it to his family, whatever. So I definitely see that there was a large amount of money here offered, but it was rejected. It just didn't work out that way. Or he was willing to give up any fucking dollar amount to get this pardon from Trump. And again, this could change come later on when the sentencing actually occurs. It's August at the time of this recording, so as of right now, it's not. It's giving like he was met at a dead end here. Okay, 5 of Wands, again, conflict, chaos, bickering, fighting, disagreements. Okay, let's see, why is this here, please? Again, with the gaslighting energy here, I feel like Diddy definitely feels manipulated, but he is also a very heavy manipulator because Trump feels manipulated by him as well. It feels like he's a very good liar. Okay. 6 of Swords was flipped over for some reason. Okay. What is this 5 of Wands about, please? He's really upset. He's feeling some type of way. 2 of Cups is thought in the reverse. Again, you guys, I'm not reading reversals. I'm going to flip it upright. But disharmony, a disconnect, lack of partnership, lack of balance and harmony. 2 of Cups. Again, this was supposed to be a partnership. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Again, it's giving Diddy was in that energy of just telling him whatever he wants. Diddy knows and he's fully fucking aware. The black community is not going to fuck with Trump any fucking more just because they pardoned him. But that was the selling point is what it's giving. It's not the money, then influence, all of that. Like those are the selling points is what it's giving. Again, do whatever, say whatever, even if it's mind games with this 5 of Swords to make this partnership happen or to have something go in a harmonious, balanced way that he wanted it to. Okay, 2 of Cups is a soulmate energy. Again, business partnerships, really good friends. And that's what I said before. I feel like it was somebody else in the camp. Yes, Diddy already had a relationship with Trump, but it was somebody else in Diddy's camp with this 2 of Cups that he's close with that is close to somebody else in Trump's camp that was supposed to, you know, get this done or make it happen. And it just didn't work that way. Okay. And if it ends up working that way, there's a lot of conflict and strife here about it. But I feel like with Trump, again, it already came through like he made a decision. Here, please. Oh, Magician again. We already saw that. Manipulation and with the Five of Wands. I don't like that. It's giving like, you know, he could have tried to use the whole we were cool, we were friends, or again, like I said before, it was Trump that was giving a lot of little gems and pieces of advice and motivation or something like that to Diddy. So Diddy's like, oh, you remember when we used to do this? You remember when you told me that? Or remember when you and I were here? That doesn't mean shit to Trump. Like at all. It could have been yesterday. He would have been like, and what is that got to do with today? You know? So then, yeah, Diddy definitely feels manipulated. But the only way for him to feel manipulated is if, again, he was told a yes and then it ended up being a no. Right? Three of Wands. Okay. The Magician card is also a master manifester. I will say, though, that's the one thing I can say I can respect about Diddy is, if anything at all, it's his fucking passion. It's like his faith and just, it's like an unyielding amount of, this is going to happen for me. Like, no matter how many fucking people are telling me, no, it's impossible. If I say it's possible, it's going to happen. But in this case, it's just not working out like that, is kind of what it feels like. Even with all the bail hearings being denied. Even that is like really fucking with him, you know, because he's so used to, again, over 30 plus years of him saying something and it happening, or him believing enough and it happens. But this is not working out like that. Okay? I just got a download too. Like, he could be questioning, he could be contemplating and questioning a lot, like, or having some type of internal battle here with this Five of Wands, like, of his God, or like, you know, God, whatever his version of God is, okay? Because I don't think it's you or me's version of God, but, you know, like, you promised me this, God, you promised me that. I thought if I had enough faith, if I prayed hard enough, you would do this for me. And it's just not, wow. Okay, what is this? Ten of Wands. So yeah, it's giving, the burden is showing up again. We already saw the Ten of Wands come out for Trump. So it's like, you made a decision and you got to carry that burden, man. And then the Ten of Wands here he is carrying the burden. Can you get one more on this, please? And I'm hearing, okay, I just heard like that's kind of what you get. Like, that's what you get for being manipulative or trying to control the situation or control everything and everybody around you, including the president. Again, with like the manipulation, the love bombing and all that crap, you know? Saying, oh, it's going to be like this, it'll be like that. If you pardon me, knowing goddamn well that's not fucking true. Okay, what is this Ten of Wands, please? We have the world on your shoulders, the closing of a cycle. And then again, wow, another 5. So you guys remember how I said I was getting 555 energy in the last Diddy reading I did about a month ago? I may put a link in the description box for that reading if you guys haven't caught it yet, but it's showing up again. I don't know if it was these same exact suits, but 555. Something about 5 could be significant. It's giving me anywhere between 5 months and 5 years. I know it's a very large gap, okay, but it's giving 5 months, 5 to 5 years or something like that. And I'm not here to guess Diddy's sentencing time or whatever, but it's a repetitive message, so I have to say it. Okay, why is this here, please? Ooh, bam. 10 of Swords. Well, I guess that's the answer to my question then. 10 of Swords, finality, endings. Again, maybe feeling backstabbed or betrayed. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. Ooh. It's giving, 3 of Pentacles. Like, he feels like these people worked against him or they're trying to bury him. Again, the people that he's in cahoots with are in cahoots with people in Trump's camp. So it's like, y'all were supposed to make this happen. It was supposed to be like this. And then it's like you end up with 10 fucking swords in your back anyway. Jeez. But I hate to say it like this, but how it's coming through is it's like you kind of did it to yourself. You know, if you would have just been true or been honest or been real or been integral, then maybe things would have gone differently. But again, trying to manipulate and control a situation because that's what's always worked for you, it's not working for you now, it's giving. Especially with Trump, okay? Again, because he's not in an emotional space. He doesn't give a fuck what relationship y'all had 30 fucking years ago, 20 years ago. And especially for you to, again, turn around like that for Kamala, for the Democrats, like, allegedly, okay? Trump doesn't like that, okay? Very interesting. Yeah, and it's given with the Four of Swords, like, there's no communication anymore. Like, the deal is done. The case is closed. It is what it is, you know? Yeah. Three of Cups. He thought he was going to have a celebration, but it's like, this is basically not the end of the trap. This is not the end of the chapter when it comes with this situation with Diddy, like, at all, okay? But yeah, I think I'm going to leave this reading here, you guys. This went a little longer than I initially anticipated it to be. But you guys know my deep dives. They can get a little deep, right? That's what we're here for. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed this, that you guys were able to take something from this. I hope that it resonated. If you guys enjoyed this, definitely leave a like in the video. Let me know what you know. I love when you guys, again, tie up kind of the loose ends or plug in the pieces that I may be missing. It really does help a lot. It really helps the channel grow, whether you guys realize it or not. A simple like on the video, watching the video, leaving a little comment. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content. Definitely leave me some suggestions if you guys have any other deep dives you want me to get into. But I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.